You know that moment when a dog starts wagging their tail and everyone around just assumes it means happy? But the thing is, tail wagging is way more complicated than that. I used to think it was basically a yes or no signal. Wag equals joy, no wag equals bad mood. Simple. Turns out I was wrong, like very wrong. A dog's tail is more like a sentence than a word. Speed, height, direction, all of it matters. And once you start noticing those details, you realize dogs have been communicating with us way more clearly than we ever gave them credit for. Hi everyone, welcome back to Animal Psychology, the channel that explains well about animals. Yeah, and what's kind of wild is how often humans misread it. A wagging tail doesn't always mean come closer. Sometimes it means I'm nervous but trying to stay cool. Dogs evolved to use body language because sound can escalate things. Posture is safer. When a tail is high and stiff but still wagging, that's confidence mixed with tension, not pure joy. But a loose wag that moves the whole body, hips included, that's usually relaxed happiness. Once you see the difference, you can't unsee it, and honestly, it changes how you interact with dogs completely. What really got me thinking about this was learning that dogs wag more to the right or left depending on emotion. Right side tends to show positive feelings. Left side leans more towards stress or uncertainty. That blew my mind. It means dogs aren't just reacting, they're processing. Their brains are involved, emotions are involved. And here's my personal take. Dogs don't wag tails for us, they wag for regulation. It's how they release energy, calm themselves, signal intention. If you live with a dog, pay attention for a week. You'll start seeing patterns that feel almost human. And that's where I think empathy comes in. Dogs meet us where we are emotionally, even when we're a mess. If you're tense, rushing, distracted, you'll often see tighter movements, faster wags, less flow. When you slow down, breathe, actually notice them, the wag changes. That's feedback, real-time feedback. And honestly, if you're listening to this and you've ever felt like your dog just gets you, that's not imagination. They're reading microsignals all day long, way better than most people do. If this is hitting close to home, maybe pause the episode later and just observe your dog quietly. It's eye-opening. Something else people rarely talk about, puppies wag differently than adult dogs. Puppy wags are chaotic, playful, all over the place. Adult dogs develop control, nuance, intention. Kind of like people growing up, right? Over time, dogs learn which signals work, which keep peace, which invite connection. That's learning through relationship, not obedience. And I'll say this clearly. Tail wagging isn't about pleasing humans. It's about safety and communication. When we punish growling or warning signs, dogs lose language. Then people say it came out of nowhere. No, it didn't. We just stopped listening. That part right there matters so much. Dogs are constantly trying to avoid conflict, not create it. A wag can be a peace offering, like, hey, I'm not a threat, please don't push me. When we respect that, trust grows fast. When we ignore it, anxiety builds. I've seen dogs completely change once their signals are understood. They soften, they breathe differently. And here's something gentle but important. If you want a deeper bond with your dog, don't focus on commands first. Focus on noticing. That awareness alone changes the relationship. If you're enjoying this conversation, sharing it with someone who loves dogs might help them see things differently too. What hits me emotionally is realizing dogs never stop communicating. We just stop paying attention. They wag when they're excited, scared, hopeful, unsure. That tail carries history, mood, intention, all of it. And when we finally learn to read it, something shifts. We become calmer, more patient, more present. I honestly think dogs train us more than we train them. They teach us to slow down, to read energy, to respond instead of react. That skill doesn't just help with dogs, it helps with people too. And if you've ever felt misunderstood, maybe that's why dogs feel safe to you. They speak that language fluently.
Yeah, and I want to end on this. A wagging tail is not just movement, it's a conversation. When we treat it like background noise, we miss the message. But when we listen, really listen, we meet dogs where they are. And maybe, just maybe, we learn to do that with ourselves too. So next time your dog wags their tail, pause. Ask yourself what they might be feeling, not what you want it to mean. That moment of curiosity, that respect, that's where real connection lives. And if this episode made you see your dog a little differently, sit with that tonight.